Charlie Henty built his dream home in 2015. 6 years on, he's still waiting to have defects repaired.
It has a real toll on the stress in your house. It's really emotional when you've spent, you invested in building particularly your own house.
Mr Henty says his cladding was installed incorrectly and he had big problems in his 2 bathrooms.
The way they installed the grading was faulty, enabling water to track down into the floor structure, so the joists and the barriers and they were all water damaged and eventually would have just collapsed.
Mr Henty tried to engage with the building company Elysium Builders in Tasmania to fix the problems. This resulted in the cladding being replaced, but Mr Henty says it made the problem worse. So he approached the Master Builders Association for help, lodged a complaint with the Department of Justice, went through third-party mediation and obtained independent reports on the problems. Mr Henty says the builder stopped responding to emails and calls, and he was advised he had no recourse other than to take the builder to court.
There is nobody in my mind who can help us direct the builder, if they're at fault, to either fix or compensate. There's no way you can do that without taking him to court.
The regulator in Tasmania is CBOS, which falls under the umbrella of the Justice Department. It's responsible for licensing and registration renewal, can take disciplinary action and has the power to suspend or revoke a builder's licence. But in a statement, the Justice Department said that only happens in the most serious cases where sufficient risk to life or property exists.
You have to weigh up whether spending $100,000 to go to court to get a $40,000 floor fix is actually worth it. Well, you don't need to be Einstein to work that out.
Ash Dunn says Elysium Builders used timber floor seal on his polished concrete floors and hearth. It blistered and peeled as soon as Mr Dunn lit his first fire. The hearth was repaired, but Elysium Builders is yet to fix the floors.
All the power lies with the builder. There is no help or support whatsoever for someone who is building a home.
At the time of Mr Henty and Mr Dunn's builds, Elysium Builders was a member of the Master Builders Association. That membership was revoked due to a breach of the MBA's Code of Conduct. The company was also a member of the Housing Industry Association until that membership expired in February this year.
The HIA says it's only received 1 complaint about the builder, but it was received after Elysium Builders' membership had lapsed.
Where there are complaints, we try to address it through some form of conciliatory process, but ultimately we don't licence those builders. We can't order them to go back and fix things.
At a time of unprecedented demand for builders, there are fears some will try to get away with cutting corners.
It's almost guaranteed. There's a lot of people going out on their own making the most of these times, and if they're not controlled, then something is going to happen, no doubt.
In other states, there's mandated home warranty insurance, which acts as a safety net for consumers. It was abolished in Tasmania in 2008 with the support of all political parties.
Master Builders is calling on the government to undertake a review of mandating home warranty insurance in Tasmania. Currently, Tasmania is the only jurisdiction in the country not to have some form of mandated scheme.
The Justice Department says it was abolished due to high costs and limited coverage. A spokesman says the government has confidence in the current legislation to resolve building disputes, but those in the industry aren't so sure.
These builders that are doing the wrong thing and continue doing it, they need to be stamped out.
The Justice Department wouldn't comment on questions regarding Elysium Builders. Elysium Builders was contacted for comment. Anna Fromberg, ABC News.